You know, chums, that word nemesis, don't you? It's a terrible thing, isn't it? Because it's been used more and more in frequent language. You know, before, what you basically had was either a rival or someone that was literally, you know, the double image, taking on board exactly what you were doing. We saw this a lot, didn't we, if you think about it, in the 1950s in Hollywood. The minute that you had one successful actress, well, everybody say copied the Hedy Lamarr look, you know what I mean? Or the Marilyn Monroe look. The problem that you have now, the bigger issue really, is when your nemesis, if you like, becomes really a problem for you. And this is truly the problem now for Meghan Markle, the former royal known as a cable TV actress and of course sometime Duchess of Sussex. And it's fair to say this is proving a very hard pill to swallow. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. This time we're inside a tube station. You see what I mean on this show? You never know where you're going to end up. We get travelling around, don't we? That's the beautiful thing about this job. You know, you start at a bus stop, the bus eventually arrives, you have to jump on it. The bus driver's very nice, by the way. Lets me get all the equipment away and then, you know, we get off. Now we're inside a tube, absolutely. This tube opened at the turn of the century, let me tell you. And if you stay at the hotel next door, you can hear it thundering underneath, even if you're 4 or 5 floors up. Yes, you see, that's a technical engineering, isn't it? Technical engineering, some might say, is needed for this particular shambles. Oh yes, because if you think about it, at one point Vanity Fair was the Bible really that Meghan Markle aspired to be in. If you remember, she absolutely was thrilled way back in 2017 when they finally gave her that front cover, all thanks to marrying in the British monarchy and of course Prince Harry. In fact, it was the assistant, wasn't it, of the then editor that basically said, we need to cover this person. Meghan foolishly thought it was all about a charitable work. Fascinating and ridiculous in the same line really, because clearly if they were that impressed with the charitable work, why did they need to wait until she was ready to join the British monarchy? You get the picture. But now Vanity Fair is toxic literally to Meghan Markle and the rest of the Montecito Mansion chums. That's all thanks to the takedown at the start of this year and the aforementioned former editor basically saying that Meghan didn't have a real grip on reality. He was pretty scathing about some other people too, but of course it's the Meghan connection that gets a lot of people excited. But here's the rub of it now, and this is where it gets really interesting, because as we've seen with Catherine, the Princess of Wales, you know, she stepped away and she's had that sort of thing, moving away from life, rightly so, while she recovered from a health issue, and that's what she likes to call it, rather than the name that the media give it. And what's fascinating about this, let me tell you, is the fact that when you consider it, you know, now slowly but surely, she's getting back to full-time royal duties. And what I like about that is she's able to pick and choose how she wants to be represented. We saw her recently talking about her own personal experiences, and the visit to the Royal Marsden was wonderful because you could see that she was just thrilled for other people who were going on that end of journey period, or indeed comforting those that were at the start of it. But now, let me tell you, the magazine that Meghan literally despises the most, and that is 100% true. Right, Meghan? Well, guess what? They want to do a glossy feature on Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Not about the health issue, but about new beginnings, new horizons, and more importantly, the plans, of course, what are happening for the future. In her time, in her space, whatever she wants to do, they've literally opened the book. And this is vital in many respects because, as I've told you before, over here the current government are making a real hash of our connection with the United States, and in particular the President of the United States, President Trump. Prince William is the saviour of this, trust me. Catherine is literally the icing on the cake to make sure that special relationship remains. Meanwhile, Meghan Markle is reduced to flogging other people's clothes on Instagram. She had it all, she literally blew it, and now she's going to be looking at the front cover that she first graced. And when you think about it, would have thought this was spectacular, the way forward for her. And right now, very soon, in the future, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, will once again take another crown from the former royal known as Meghan Markle. Now, whichever way you look at it, it's a spectacular fall from grace. Anybody else agree? Neil Sean inside London's Underground.